Currently, the sun is slowly setting in. Not setting, rising. I mean, it has already risen. I don't know. Arose. Sun already arose, I guess. But, I mean, anyways, today we're gonna talk about atheism. So, this realization of mine is pretty recent. Yeah. I've gone through a whole journey of spiritual journey. I don't want to call it that because obviously I'm an atheist now. But yeah, I have gone through this whole journey where I have tried different phases, not different religions, but different ideologies about the universe and things like that. And I feel like choosing your religion or this major atheism or your belief in God, I feel like that is such a major part of our lives, because almost every decision that we make is somehow altered by it, or even if not decision, at least our thinking is altered by it in some extent, if it makes sense. So if I was a Hindu, I would any decision of mine would somehow be related to God, the Ishwar or whatever particular deity you believe in. So it's I'm not saying every particular decision, but you still have that idea in your mind that God exists, could be in any religion or anything, but if you are theistic, you think that obviously some God exists, and then there are certain beliefs that you have, things you think this is meant to happen because God wanted it to happen, or a person died, it must have happened for the good or something, or if not that extreme example, but you think that somehow some things have a reason to exist, which is very different in atheism. If you decide to not believe in a God, you there is no reason, there is no meaning behind things, which is scary, which was scary to me for a very long time. And it's I feel at least for me, I was why should I choose atheism? Because it's just scary, to believe that, oh my God, maybe God does not exist. But I always leaned towards atheism in some way, because I mean, you cannot necessarily analyze God. So if you are a theistic, you cannot use reason in certain areas of your life. But if someone like me who uses reason at times, it's it's hard to be theistic, So yeah, also this video is not me shaming or telling theistic people how their decision is wrong and how I'm right, because nobody can know necessarily. We can only believe I am right. I'll obviously think my ideology is right, you will think yours is right. This is not a debate in any sorts. This is simply my take on atheism. And yeah, because I have been through different phases of my life, I honestly think as long as your religion or your beliefs are not harming yourself, are not harming you and harming other people, it's okay to believe in whatever entity or whatever beliefs you have. Yeah. And if it makes you happy, then yeah. But I mean, if it's not making you happy, and if it's maybe it's harming people around you, then you need to look into your beliefs if they are right or no, if someone justifies murder or things like that using religion, I think that's sort of stupid. Also, you see how the sun is now almost here, so good lighting. Anyways, yeah, so in those situations only you should. And I feel the case with most people is that that is not the case. I like to think that, but yeah, I mostly don't think that that there is something necessarily wrong with religions or people who believe in religions. But if they are using things like them to separate people from each other and things like that, then obviously that's not okay. I'm not saying like just stop believing in your religion, but just make modifications so humanity comes first, basically. Yeah. And just like not just humanity, just like animals, environment and things like that come first. So yeah. And now moving on, so my main reason of talking about this is just my personal views on atheism, and if anybody just wants to follow reason and see where it leads, it probably leads to atheism, is my theory, but yeah, I'm just gonna share things for anybody who feel like being an atheist is intimidating or depressing. So I want to open up that world for people because like it's low-key freeing. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna start with my spiritual journey. I've written some things over here which I have to talk about. I've started to do that recently for longer videos like I did in my male and female friendships videos. So yeah, it just helps me, Anyways, so firstly I'm gonna talk about my spiritual journey, then tarot cards, and then free will and things like that. And then yeah, so firstly talking about my own this journey thing, I am born in a Hindu household, so obviously that was the religion I was imposed upon. So I was a Hindu when I was a kid, and the reason why I stopped believing in it was, it may sound kind of stupid, but my grandfather died, and then I was like begging God almost to bring him back, and God did not bring him back. I was like, I guess in grade 9th. Okay, yeah, I was 8 years old. So yeah, not in grade 8. I was 8 years old. And yeah, so like obviously I was a kid, I was a bit silly about it, but yeah, like for me religion was never like, my parents are not super religious or something like that. It's just, yeah, we do prayers and all those kind of things, but it's not very extreme to the point that it's like, like it's too religious in a way. So we are not like that sense, if it makes sense. I never really found any meaning in Hinduism. I always questioned things. Like I would obviously I was a kid, so I was questioning things, and I was always asking my parents like what happens after we die, and things like how did the world come into being, and it just did not make sense to me. Like Hinduism has its theories, like especially I'm talking theories my parents told me and my grandma told me. It was like Yamraj, who is like the death kind of person who brings death. He came about and he brought the world into being somehow, and God brought it. And I was like, I never really understood, because how did God even come into being? Because God was always shown as this human entity almost in stories and mythologies. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, like you get the point. So that, and I didn't understand, because how did this human come into being? What was there before it? Was it like, what was there? Like, was it all white? That's how I would imagine. And then how did something just come out from this all white? And like, it just does not make sense, like even right now I don't really have a theory on it, but yeah, I'm just saying it never really made sense to me. And like I always took it as something I have to believe in, because I was told that way, that this is the truth in a way. that this is how things came to be. So I just believed that. And then when my grandfather died, and I sort of realized maybe God does not have powers, or maybe God does not exist. It was not like directly, okay, now I stop believing in God. I feel like that was a triggering point, sort of. And after that, slowly, I don't remember exactly, but that's the moment which I remember, because obviously it was I'm very emotionally connected to that moment. So yeah, like I remember that. And then I think slowly, gradually from that, I stopped believing in God, because like especially Hinduism God, and I sort of became an atheist. And yeah, that's what I did. But it's like, it was hard. I was not ready to be an atheist, because it's scary to think that you're all by yourself. There is nobody hearing your prayers and things like that. There is like, it's just lonely, honestly. So I remember around like the COVID time, I started seeing some weird videos about spirituality. They were weird conspiracy kind of gurus and things like that. You know, those gurus who like, they just want vulnerable people who watch their videos so that you can join their cult. At least that's the feeling I got. If I had to name them, I mean, my channel is small, so I don't think it's a problem. I can name them. So there was this channel called Deep Waters or something, and that guy claimed that I am Jesus Christ's third reincarnation or something like that. I believed in those stuff, but I don't blame myself. It's like everybody has those phases. I feel like at least I did, and I don't judge myself for doing that. But it's just, yeah. And people like Sadhguru, I started almost following their beliefs and things like that. Sadhguru wasn't as extreme as this guy, but yeah. So with this Deep Waters guy, I recently got to know a conspiracy about him, and after that my eyes started to open. My third eye opened, and I realized, oh my god, maybe this guy is a fraud. So yeah, that's what happened. I needed a conspiracy to happen for me to finally stop believing in this guy. But yeah. And then regarding Sadhguru, I don't know, I found his weird case with his wife, where he probably is a murderer. I mean, I'm not too deep into those things anymore. Like, I don't care what kind of person he is, what allegations he has. But over time, I just stopped believing in his things also. But like, if his ideologies genuinely help you, like, I'm totally okay with you following any guru or anything. But I'm just personally very against it. Like, especially with gurus, I feel like it's okay for people to follow a religion, but if they are following a guru, almost it's like a cult. I feel like, because like, that's just not okay to follow a person, because a person has their own biases. They can have any bad intentions you may not know of, so we never know. And honestly, yeah, like, following gurus is such a tricky lane, and it's, I don't want to say worse than religion, because I don't want to make people seem like religion is bad. I feel like religion is okay, honestly. I mean, at least the people who actually understand their religion and who genuinely study it and care about people and put kindness first, for them, I feel like religion is totally okay. Believe in whatever God you wish to. But yeah, that's my take on it. So yeah, don't follow gurus. Anyways, so I somehow got out of it, and then I went into believing into tarot cards. I don't remember exactly. It's just, I think a video got recommended to me, and then I just saw tarot card readings, and weirdly enough, they just resonated with me. I was like, what? how can it resonate, how can it be so exact certain? And I'm saying genuinely certain. I'm not saying like the random stuff they say in astrology and things like that. I'm saying like it genuinely made sense. It was specific in the sense like I was asking about a certain person and then I got exact reading about them, like even about their bad intentions, like way back in school I remember I had a crush on a guy and he had bad intentions, and the tarot reading made sense to me. So it's like then from then on I slowly started believing into tarot cards, but then I sort of abandoned them again because I was getting too addicted to tarot card readings. But recently I think like a few months back I got back into tarot card readings. But even before I wasn't into tarot card readings, I decided to think of myself as a pantheist or panpsychism. If you know Spinoza's God, I believed in that. It basically is like I believed in the universe. It sounded a bit scientific enough for me to believe in it. So it's like the universe exists and the universe is listening to you in a way, and we all are part of the universe. So in a way we are a part of God and we are our own universes and gods in our own way. So it was also a very like liberating theory for me to believe in, and it also made sense, and I could just not feel lonely because I always felt like the universe is there for me and things like that. And I meant also in a spookier supernatural sort of way that the universe is there for me. It's taking care of me, and the universe takes care of everyone, makes sure that justice is served. And I also did think I was special, because that's sort of what tarot card readings make you feel, that you are special in the sense like special than other people, and you will get your dreams that you achieve even if other people do not. You will, because here you are watching a tarot card reading, obviously the universe will listen to you because you are watching a tarot card reading. That's just sort of how I thought. Along with that came many other beliefs. Like I believed in destiny. I believed in terms like twin flames, soulmates, karmic soulmates, etc. And things like certain people are meant to be, and even just like friends too. I am meant to find my soul family, people I will resonate deeply with, who will finally fully understand me. And these are things which I feel like everybody craves in their life. Everybody wants to feel understood, and especially people who watch tarot card readings are people like me who are in their phases of life, who maybe feel alone and just like they feel misunderstood by the world or something. Like they do have this target audience and they can easily say those things. So I even got my own tarot card deck. I forgot to bring it today here. I would have. But with tarot cards came certain other beliefs too. Things like manifestation, which I believed in. Like if you detach, you finally attract whatever you were manifesting and things like that. But it just eventually felt pointless to believe in it, because firstly there was nothing magical happening in my life, but I wanted to believe really badly that magic existed. And I mean, you can believe that, but for me personally, over time it just started to feel like a burden that I started to worry about every single decision of mine. Like, what if I was making a wrong decision by going to college? What if in the sense like just this day to today, what if I go to college? It's a wrong decision. What if I stay at home and I skip college today? Is a wrong decision. What if I am on terrace today? That is a wrong decision. What if I go to terrace? I should have gone there because I was meant to be here. And what if I have to go today out to some park because it's meant to be for me? Because So I am meant to meet someone there, someone special who will help me with my career and things like that. It just is exhausting. Like, my belief in tarot cards started to become exhausting for me. Now if I have to talk about atheism, it is freeing to me, honestly, because, well, I have free will. There is no particular place I am meant to be or meant to exist. I can just exist and things happen randomly. There is no thing as it's meant to happen today, and it's like choice. There is no person I am meant to be with. It's not like one specific person I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with, like, my partner. It's a choice. I'm choosing who I am going to spend the rest of my life with. There is no person that is like perfectly meant for me. It's not multiple soulmates. I don't believe in the concept of soulmates anymore. It's just, people. And you just go well with certain people. It's not one particular person for you or anything like that. So it just freed me and my decisions to stop to stop overthinking so much and to stop worrying so much, basically. And also, it's like there is no particular path that I am meant to follow. I can explore anything. Like, I'm doing graphic design almost right now. I even was earlier, if I was the past me, I would have questioned so much if doing graphic design is right thing for me and do tarot cards reading on it. But it's like, it isn't necessary anymore to question that much and to overthink as much, because there is no particular path that I am meant to follow, and there is no wrong decisions that I can make on this path, and there is no particular career that is meant for me, and no particular thing that I am meant to do. There's a pigeon who came here. Okay, this reminded me how past me would have seen that and felt like this is a sign, synchronicities and signs. I mean, I like spending time in nature, but I am not believing in these things like signs anymore, because I feel like we see what we want to see. There is a psychological effect I don't remember the name of, but I'll name it here. So in that effect, it's basically talking about how we see what we want to see. So if you are, let's say, a Hindu, your mind will somehow only see things if you want to see them only. Like, maybe you see orange and think, oh God, God is here, this is a sign. And then if maybe you are a Christian and then you are walking down the road, you have made a good decision, and then you see plus, you see, oh, this is a sign, or you see Jesus Christ, something written somewhere. So it's like, I did the same too. I was like 222 angel numbers and things like that, and then seeing random animals and things like that just made me feel like, I am meant to do it. Like, seeing these animals, I'm like meant to see them, and it means that I am on the right path in a way. So now that I know that, God does not exist, and I don't necessarily need to believe in anything, and I'm not doing anything wrong, I have felt freer, and this is why I said that atheism is low-key freeing, because I don't necessarily have to do any particular thing to manifest my dream life, or I don't necessarily have to believe in the universe. I don't necessarily am doing something wrong by being with a particular person. I'm not necessarily doing something wrong by not being at the perfect place at the perfect time, So it has helped me a lot, and it has freed me a lot. And obviously now I don't need to rely on things like synchronicities to tell me I'm doing something right with my life. I forgot to record this bit, but one more thing about tarot cards as well. Even though I did not resonate with the pick a card readings, the general readings on YouTube, I still think I do resonate when I do readings for myself, in the sense with my own tarot cards, because it's like that time what happens is it's connected to our subconscious mind. I think it makes sense why when sometimes I watch some tarot card readings it resonated, because subconsciously we can feel attracted to certain colors or something depending on our mood, which may seem magical at first, but it's just like how in our dreams we get to know certain things metaphorically. That's just what happens. And obviously there are many subconscious thoughts of ourselves that we may not even know exist. So that's what is happening, which is why there is something called ideomotor effect. So I don't know if I said it correctly, but what happens is, if there is something like Ouija board, people unconsciously move it and they don't even know that they are moving it. So I feel like that's what happens with me in tarot cards. When I shuffle them, I unconsciously am moving them slightly so this card comes out, because that's just how I do it. I just shuffle cards and then whatever card comes flying out, I take that as it resonates with the question, and it genuinely does. Obviously a part of me is the one interpreting these messages, so I'm the one who is interpreting what these cards mean. So obviously my subconscious mind, I have to make sense what this particular object means. So it's like interpreting a dream. So yeah, it will resonate with me obviously, but also it's the ideomotor effect there. But then it also proves that I cannot do tarot card readings for other people, because it will just be my own subconscious mind interpreting for the other person. So yeah, that's how I like to think why tarot card readings do resonate with us and why they resonated with me. So yeah. So just knowing that free will and atheism exist is such a freeing concept to me now, which is a bit crazy to me, because earlier I thought that it was scary. I mean, I don't think it's scary that much anymore, because I have gone through years of my life of figuring this out, and I'm glad to finally have, I guess. And yeah, it was just fear of being an atheist. And if I have to say that, to someone who fears that maybe they want to take atheism but it's scary, which I get it, but to them I want to say that, I mean, there are scary things in every side. If you choose religion, you don't have some sort of free will in the sense I explained, but it's also freeing in a way. Now when something bad happens in my life, I don't see it as a sign, I don't see it as a reason I'm doing something wrong. I just see it as things that are happening randomly. They are necessarily there to teach me a lesson. They just are, they just are. That's literally it. And there is nothing magical in this world, which again may sound depressing, but it frees you if you have tried the other alternative. And this is why I said only choose atheism if your current religion or the current beliefs are not working for you, which was the case with me. And yeah, you can choose atheism because you want to follow the truth. Again, I'm saying truth in this way because I'm not necessarily claiming that I know everything and then atheists know everything. The atheists are correct. So yeah, I just want to put truth in this sense, because what I mean to say by truth is by following reason, scientific reason, you reach atheism. And yeah, there can be many theories again, as I said, people see what they want to see. So if there is a Hindu scientist, they may explain God in a scientific sense. But as I said, I honestly believe this, and this is why when I've heard people's near-death experiences, like people who are even almost about to die, people who are Hindus or just know that ideology, may see a Hindu god or some belief regarding that, and if someone is a Christian, they'll see Jesus Christ or something, which is sort of proves my point that our mind just shows us things because our body already knows that it's about to die, so it's like showing our mind things which bring us comfort, and which is good. Like, we should see the things which gives us comfort during such a painful time, like when we are dying. So obviously it's scary to know that all of it is just a lie, it's just a made up thing, but I don't mind with that being the case, not anymore. It's scary, obviously, but that's just it. I obviously don't know what happens after we die. Some people say we just rot in sand, in dirt, whatever. I don't know, but I'm gonna just go with whatever is the atheist route, whatever is the scientific route, because I feel like that's again what is possible. And yeah, it's weird for me to hear me say all of this, because past me would have also been a bit against it, but not necessarily, because I always was deep down I knew atheist was it for me, but it just was scary to believe in that. And also tarot cards this ideology has been ingrained in me, so it's definitely going to take some time for me to adjust, because still now when I see angel numbers and things like that, I feel like it's meaning something, but now I have to remind myself that they're just numbers, and things like right choice and wrong choices are subjective, and our bodies are the anchors. Our bodies tell us things, and that's enough, I feel like. Yeah, because our body tells us so many things, and by that we can know what is right or wrong for me, and obviously using our minds to analyze what is right and wrong. So yeah, it just frees someone who is an overthinker like me, and I already do that myself too much, so I don't want an external third party entity who does not even know me to tell me I'm doing something wrong. So yeah, it just helps me now. Yeah, once you realize that you can trust yourself, I feel like atheism is less scary and it's more freeing. So yeah, that's my take. I don't know how long this video has been, but yeah, take care. Bye bye.